All right, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another week of live trading. It's going to be another good one. It's going to be another good one. We had a winter storm come through here last night, and I tell you what, something about Nebraska, and I say this every year. Last week we had 70-degree weather. Today it's 9 degrees. In 2 days it's going to be 80 degrees. It's just, up and down. That's the winter for you, right? When it comes to springtime, it's like we're going to go extreme. Perfect weather when it's warm, but it's cold. It's very cold out right now. Well, good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to open a prayer. We do have a giveaway. We're going to give away some Apex accounts. I'm excited about that. So stick around for that if you want to get an Apex account. We're going to be giving a few of those away here today. I think about 5 accounts we're going to be giving away. And then I did get confirmation for some more. We'll be giving away some more here later this week or maybe next week. We'll see. But we'll give some more away. More reason I love San Diego. Yeah, I understand. That sounds really nice right now. Okay, so let's go ahead, open a prayer, and then we'll get started. Father, we just honor you this morning. Lord, we commit our ways to you. Father, we commit our lives to you this morning, and we thank you that you direct our steps. Father, I pray that you would be in the midst of our conversations. Father, that your name would be magnified in everything that we say and do. Bless this time on our live stream here this morning. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Amen. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. We'll start with a weekly. Got a new weekly candle or a new weekly previous week high and low. We're going to mark those. Ooh. I'll tell you, the last 3 weeks have looked very bearish. Very weak. So my question is this the wick that we're creating right now for a potential sell? When you look in the environment that we're in, it's not unrealistic to look at it that way. If we mark our previous week on ES, ES is showing us lower prices for sure. There's no doubt. ES has closed below the midpoint on this wick. It looks heavy. I'm treating what we're seeing right now as our manipulation to see some expansion lower. We got a daily fair value gap on NQ sitting right here. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, I've already marked out our new week opening range gap, which is this gap right here. No, that's the new week. That's our old week. Our new week is down here. I thought I've already marked it. I need to mark it. That daily fair value gap looks attractive. We do have a 4-hour order block right in the middle of it though. Let's drop down to the hourly. I've marked out our hourly fair value gaps here and here. I have our midpoint of this range right here. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, we have a 15-minute inversion fair value gap sitting right here that we've already tagged. I've also marked the 5-minute. You can see that we tagged it right there. And then we have a 15-minute fair value gap right here. We'll go ahead and mark our London high and low. 5 a.m. The London, wow, we've done all that in the last. London high and London low have both been ran. So there is nothing there for us. We'll mark our midnight open. Midnight open's been ran through London session. Don't have any real liquidity points except for this 4-hour fair value gap and this liquidity down here. We could see this as consolidation, accumulation. We'll see if we get a smart money reversal to down here. That's a possibility. We'll want to see displacement. You're looking at the 5-minute here. Where is our opening range gap? I didn't mark that. Our opening range gap. There's our opening range gap. There's the open. I did take the 930. It did not play out. All right, so that wick down there dipped into an hourly fair value gap right here. And then let me jump back up to the 4-hour here, see if we have any. We don't have any sweeps of liquidity on the 4-hour. Just aggressive bullish price action in the midst of this downtrend. About 120 points away to the daily fair value gap. We did open below the previous day. We opened below it and ran right back up into it. Still want to see where if we run the high or the low from our opening price. I trade on the 1 minute, but I use a higher time frame to get my direction, and I use a lower time frame to find my entries. My hands are freezing. Like I said, it's cold. I got a heater on next to me. I don't know where we want to go yet, to be honest with you. We could be going up to this daily fair value gap. It looks a strong potential. We started below the opening day of the previous day. We'll wait for a fair value gap to see where it opens, see what we get. We're going to be doing a giveaway here later today, guys. We're going to do a giveaway for some Apex accounts. So probably sometime between 10:15 and 10:30, maybe after 11. We'll see. It just depends on what happens as far as setups go. Right now I'm trading some funded accounts and some evals. I got a Tradefy eval that I'm trading, and some Take Profit Trader evals, or funded accounts, excuse me. got for news today? I should probably pay attention to that. Orange folder at 8:30, and that's all. All right. PPI on Wednesday. No, I don't have any issues with copy trading across multiple accounts or different accounts. I use an Apex copier. It's set up through NinjaTrader. I don't have a video on it. There's core PPI and FOMC. So both are happening on that day. I took a trade pre-market. It was a loss. I was a little disappointed. I took this dip from the 15-minute right here. We had an inversion to the upside. A retest on this breaker, was looking for this high and the tag into this 5-minute, and it didn't. It didn't. I was a little disappointed. So ended up closing it once we violated that fair value gap right there on this close, on that candle right there at 911. It honestly looked decent. We had a sweep of liquidity. We had a draw on liquidity. It just happened to do it later. This is a 1-hour sweep right there. How do I mark my weekly open? I'm not sure which way you're talking. If you're talking about, I'll go to the weekly time frame and then I drop a Fibonacci anchor on the high and low. Is that what you're referring to? Actually, have I marked the opening price of? I haven't marked the opening price of March. I need to mark the opening price of March. I'm going to treat this as a sweep of liquidity as long as this 15-minute doesn't close very bullish. If it closes inside with these other bodies, I'm going to treat that as a manipulation and look for something to the downside here. We have a 5-minute that will be closing in 39 seconds. Probably need more than just that 5-minute close though. We haven't got a fair value gap yet. Yeah, this is not correlating at all. ES is very bullish, very strong. Well, look at that nice large green candle. Weekend was good. What did we do? Hung out at home. Played some card games. We didn't have any sports this weekend, which was kind of nice. So, went to church. It was pretty low-key. I like low-key sometimes. Really do. How about you guys? Anything crazy, special happen? Thank you for marking that. That is our first presented fair value gap. Seven semis. Dang. Sister came down. Came to town. Oh. Family's always good, Ted. To be around family. I enjoy being around my family. Yeah, the winds have been crazy. I might be buying a boat. I might be buying a pontoon boat. I'm excited about that. I was supposed to go look at it this weekend, but didn't get to. I'm not going to do anything with this right here. A lot of volatility in these candles since that first presented fair value gap candle. I'm wondering if we get violated here. If we get violated to the downside, that looks attractive. Jason, if I'm recommending a prop firm for beginners, you know, as the prop firm space becomes more competitive, they all get pretty close to being very similar. I do prefer Take Profit Trader for payouts, but if you're a beginner trader, I think you would do better with Take Profit Trader. And I know I've had bad things to say about Lucid, but I, over the weekend and late last week, looked more into Lucid. Their Pro account, I think, which is a little more expensive, it's $129, I think is legitimate. I like that you don't have to make, you don't have to, you're not restricted on only taking out 50%. Lucid also doesn't have a monthly subscription, so if you're brand new, you can get you can get a pro account, and then you can have it for 3 months if you're not breaking your rules or you don't blow the account, and it won't cost you anymore. So that's really nice. That's really nice. If you're looking for really cheap, you got Apex, which we're doing some giveaways for that today. You can get it for as little as $28 at times for an end of day drawdown. You have My Funded Futures. My Funded Futures, I don't like them because of their cap of $5,000. I really don't. I think it's really low. So My Funded Futures definitely is a good starter account for a brand new trader as well. But for that intermediate trader, I can say hands down, it's Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader is my favorite for payouts. Stick around for the giveaway. That's how you join it. When we do the giveaway, all you got to do is make a comment 10 minutes before the giveaway, and it will automatically see that you're present, and then you'll be in the drawing. But we're not going to do the giveaway till later. We'll see how, if we get a trade early, then we might do it at 10:30. Good evening. Weekend was good. It was pretty low key, Patel. Just hung out at home. We visited my aunts. My aunts were in town. I visited my aunts. We played a little game with them. Pretty low key. Nothing outlandish. It is only 9 degrees outside here, though. It's really cold. Really cold. I'm not seeing anything that I like or that's screaming conviction for me. at the moment. I don't want to go short because of these bullish candles. We look bullish. So I need a change in state of delivery. Would prefer it on the 5-minute. If you were going to play the idea that we could go higher, this is where you go higher inside this first presented fair value gap. Stop isn't terrible. We are at the 50% level for this entire range. From this high, oops. From this high to this low, 50% is right there. And we are just underneath that level. If you take the 50% level and you drag it down to see when we hit 50%, we almost hit it here, but we didn't. So here we are now. We're just underneath it. So it causes me to be a little hesitant. We've been bearish. The market right now, this is saying bullish. Inside this trend, downtrend, but we're still inside. I mean, this is where, if we are in a downtrend, this is where I anticipate it to roll over. Somewhere around here. We hit 50%. That's one confluence, but it's not enough for me to take a short. Played phase 10. Here's an inversion to the upside right there. I'm not in it. That inversion played out to the upside. It didn't give me, I guess you could have called this little candle right here as a sweep of liquidity. It did tap the opening price. That's attractive. And then we close above that. That would probably have been enough to take the long. 15 points. Nah. I'll wait. being more selective in trade setups. Can you please go over what you mark before your trading day? When I go through my trading day, the first things that I do is mark the weekly, previous week high and low, then the daily high and low, the previous day's high and low. Then I go from the 4 hour, I look for 4 hour fair value gaps above and below price that have been untagged. And then I look for any sweeps of liquidity on the 4 hour time frame, which we didn't get any today. Then I drop down to the hourly and I look for the same thing. Do we have any hourly sweeps? We have an hourly sweep right here. This was the hourly sweep to the upside. And then I also mark the hourly fair value gaps above and below price. Then I drop down to the 15-minute. I mark the London high and London low, midnight opening price, and then finally the opening range gap. The opening range gap is this yellow box right here, and that is another draw on liquidity that we look to see price to come and fill. And then from there, we watch price and see where what market structure looks like, to see what could an opportunity be. To me, this looks like a 3, what do you call it? I can't remember ICT's term. 1, 2, 3. Not the power of 3, but 3. I'm drawing a blank. Somebody tell me what it is. But I'm not going to lie. That's really close to a 4 hour sweep of liquidity. Three drives pattern. Thank you. There's 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can get a little sweep of liquidity. That would be nice on the 4 hour time frame, because we have a 4 hour candle. New 4 hour candle. Would like that candle just to poke right above that. No, that pattern is not, the 3 drives pattern is not a bullish pattern. It's a reversal pattern. $2704. And then we have low resistance liquidity. The way price is looking right now, I am more interested in shorts now, even though it looks bullish, even though we have an hourly fair value gap up here, or the daily fair value gap. The only thing that I'm contemplating is that stab of the imbalance right there on the hourly. That could also be an immediate rebalance. We rebalance this immediately. Immediate rebalance is bullish. So I'm seeing both sides of the market. I want shorts, but when you see both sides of the market and it's 50-50, that's when you want to sit out and you just want to wait. Some people might say this is bullish. Sure, I can see it as bullish as well, but we're also at the 50, we're at the equilibrium of this entire range. And I'll be honest with you, price action in this, it has not been easy. I had a 4-day losing streak last week, ended it green, hoping to break that and continue green today. on Friday the 13th. Yeah, I would rather. The runway here is much larger to take a trade than it is to trade this. So that just gives me I feel like there's less risk to run this direction to play targets over here than it is to try to play this. So I'm not interested in longs. I'm gonna say no to longs. I'm gonna look for shorts. I mean, I could be wrong. We'll know as soon as we get displacement one way or the other. We haven't really gotten displacement. You could call this displacement, but what did we just came back into this range. So it's just making higher highs, higher lows inside this 5-minute inversion. I'll be right back. We'll be doing a giveaway here. Like I said earlier, be doing a giveaway, some Apex accounts, giving them away. Yeah, so here's how I'm looking at it. To me, we manipulated lower initially. Right here, we swept liquidity, and then we started displacing. I think we're trapping buyers or getting buyers to go long. And here's how I'm looking at it. Because we may not, but if we get a very aggressive candle to the downside, I'm probably going to go without hesitation. If it gives me a change in state of delivery and it's aggressive, I'm not treating this as a manipulation to go higher. I'm treating this as the real move. If it doesn't give it to me, then it doesn't give it to me, and I'm not going to trade it. Because that's what I'm waiting for at this point. Maybe it's after we hit the daily fair value gap, and it most certainly could be. And that would be a great place to do it, to be honest with you. You hit this, you hit the daily fair value gap, you hit a previous day high, you get some displacement. That looks nice. That'd be attractive. I would take that. Fair value gaps is very important. Yes, but not all fair value gaps are important. Mr. DMP. No, not really. Not really. Not anymore. I used to be. No, I don't. I haven't traded Forex. Here's our 4-hour sweep. We'll see if it's a sweep or a run. 4-hour high. Honestly, even if I was going long, I don't know anywhere that I would have been really excited to go long. Sure, we could have gone long here, take 15 points and gotten out, but if you didn't take that profit, you probably would have gotten scared and stopped out on this candle right here. You could have taken the long inside the fair value gap, but we had this candle right here that you'd had to survive emotionally, but it would have played out. So there's not an attractive area that just is screaming, hey, this was your entry, you should have taken it either. This could have been a breaker right around the opening price here. I was looking for shorts at that point, so I wasn't interested in the long. So maybe here you would have been taken at 945. That 945 candle did just explode higher. All right, I'm watching ES here. ES in 2 minutes is going to close on the 15-minute candle, and it looks like a doji type candle. What is this? I don't even think I need that. Good luck, Hunter. Hope it runs. This is a breaker right there. Bearish breaker. I don't know if I want to take it because we got too much bullish structure. We have a 5-minute that has created another order block here. I feel like it would be foolish to go short right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't see it really as a strong breaker. It's just the formation is there. And it has a nice fair value gap on the left and the right. A breaker is when you have a high, low, and a higher high, and price comes back up to the low. And we have a 4-hour sweep of liquidity right here. Two-minute, 3-minute. Salen, yeah, we have a private live stream on Tuesdays and then extended live stream on Thursdays or backtesting. So on this past Thursday, we were backtesting an ICT concept or an ICT PD array that he just recently released. And then you get access to the Discord, ask questions anytime you want, and all the Academy videos. Also, any future videos that I put out, the 30-day roadmap, which I'm planning on bringing out, you'll get access to for free. It will be a separate product, so for those that are not in the Academy that later join, it will not be something you get both when you join the Purpose Driven Trader Academy. The 30-day roadmap, at some point I'll be coming out with it. I'm hoping in the next month or two. The private live stream is in the Discord, so you get access to the Discord when you join the Academy. No, it wasn't intended to be that way, Salen. But I guess it could be. It's not to be able to pass an eval in 30 days. It's a 30-day roadmap for learning. I think it was Friday. All right, there's another sweep of liquidity. I mean, it's insignificant. I'm just treating it as, all right, are we just sweeping that high one more time and then we have our 4-hour high right here? Are we going to get displacement? Next video idea. Tax fraud 101 for prop firm trades, or how to write off evals. I mean, you can write off every eval that you take that you purchase. Yeah, there's nothing in this I want to be a part of right now. Starts at 2 a.m. New York Standard Time. Yeah, why can't you? It's an expense. At least I am. I mean, is it a like for in a business sense? It's a business expense. It's a business expense for the opportunity to make money. That's the only reason you buy an eval account. And especially if you when you act on Apex, when you activate it. So when you look at the cost of an eval and the activation fee, or the total cost altogether for funded and eval, it's just 100%. No, you'll be, unless you have a business, you're going to be doing it as personal, but you can write off you can write it off under your name. You can still write it off. I dropped all my, so I have a separate card that goes to everything trading related, and all I did, I tell you what, chat, technology is getting there. All I did was dropped all of my my bank statements into Claude, and I said, put all this together and categorize it for me for business and personal expenses so I can give it to my accountant. It was done in 10 minutes. I feel like accountants are gonna have to pivot. Oh, I ain't giving no tax advice. Talk to your tax accountant. Tyler, then I can trust take profit trader? I don't understand. I'm just telling you what I did. Yeah, I put everything into Claude and ChatGPT. If there was more, I'd do more. Yeah, it categorized everything for me in 10 minutes, and then I just looked it over. I said, if you have any questions on anything, ask me any questions you need to make sure that you got good categories for those items. And then I told them what I did, what potential expenses could be in there that were personal, and then it says, oh, this is great information, blah, 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 done. Yeah, time to... Do I even have that anymore in here? I think I have that. It's not on this one. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. A lot of coffee write-ups. Yeah, everything I'm sharing with you guys is just what I'm doing. All right, what we'll do is if we don't get, I mean, I feel like this is setting up for a reversal here. We'll look at 1030. We'll see if we get the 1030 play here. If not, we'll give away a couple Apex accounts, and then we'll wait and give the rest away at the end. Yeah, I don't know if that qualifies, DMP. Now, I will tell you, I bought some stuff for my computer. I bought some solid state memory. That's a write-off. That's for my computer. That's what I use to trade. So that will be written off. Anything else I bought? I bought a camera lens. That will be written off. Yeah, RMP. I'm treating it as manipulation. Just waiting for it to start moving the other direction. Thanks, Jose. Is that pet? Pet each for him? Pet each for him? Good morning. You could probably get away with it. You were in that whole thing there, Ryan? Way to go. This candle right here is telling me we're pretty weak. 1021. Good trade, BC. Here is 1030. I would prefer it to reach up here instead of respecting 1030. I'm not going to take 1030, even though I see it as working out. I would, for me, I would put more weight on a breaker than my 1030 model. Personally. Yeah, I guess you could call that a breaker there. I'm interested in the one that made the highest high. So this is what made the highest high right here. We might need to get in. What is the risk here? 30 handles, one contract. No. I might miss it, guys. Any verse that talks about protecting your plans? Yeah. There's the don't give your pearls to swine. But that's about not sharing everything that you're doing with people that you don't trust. I did not enter a trade. might take this inversion back up here. I'm only doing a micro because it could continue down, but it swept the low down here. I want it to come back up. There's the sweep. I want it to come up here. So if it doesn't, I'll just close it. But a small little scalp that I like. Hovering over the close button. Doesn't look like it wants to play out. Alright, I'm going to close it there. It's not worth holding it to see it drop. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. Ultimately, I'm still waiting for this right here. That's annoying. When you want to be patient and you want to wait for something and then it doesn't give it to you. This is where mistakes can be made on my end, where I chase and I don't want to chase. I know what I want to wait for. I want to wait for that. Yeah, but they've been very few. It's something that I want to get better at, Dan, is where I take less trades. Because I know that if I have a cap on my growth, it's in taking too many trades. So taking less trades is always more attractive for me. Way to go, Patel. Nice job. Is it wise to wait for a reversal? I mean, I like, if we can get that right here, I would love to take a trade here. So I want to see a candle come up here to take that trade down here. There's lots of opportunities here. What we'll do, I think, let me see here. All right, we're going to do the giveaway. We're going to give away a couple accounts. So if you want to be a part of the giveaway, don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Next. All right. Go ahead and make a comment. Once you make a comment, it will see that you're here, and then we're going to do the giveaway here shortly. We got people. All right, we got people joining. All right. For Apex, what's going to happen is I'm going to do a drawing. If you've entered or made a comment in the last 10 minutes, you are in the drawing. I only have about half of you, so it seems I would be making a comment if you want to be a part of the drawing. And then once you make that comment, you're in the drawing. I'll do the giveaway, and then you have one other step you require to do. You're going to have to email me. You're going to have to email me, and that email I will link here. That is the email you're going to have to reach out and say that you won and give me some type of proof that that's you. And then I will share the promo code or the discount code. All right, here we go. Here is winner number 1. We got 5 of them coming. Summer Cloud. I need you to make a comment. Let me know that you're here. Summer, I need you to make a comment that you are here. Summer Cloud. All right, well, you are the winner. As long as you are not in a crazy location, you should be able to take this. All right, let's do the second giveaway. If you can, also, just let me know where you're going to be, where you're from. Jamie, you're the winner. Cartwright. I'm pretty sure Jamie's here. Bali? I've never heard Bali as a restricted country, so. Indonesia? Let me check. Summer, I'm sorry. Apex is a restricted country. That really stinks. I'm sorry. But it looks like it will not work. All right, next winner is Wah Wah Wee Wah. Is that how I get it? I have that right? Man, all I wanted was a retracement up to my level. All I wanted was a retracement up to my level, and then I would have taken that trade. And it just hit its TP. That stinks. That would have been, let's rub it. Let's take the pain even more. It'd have been a 113-point trade. Wawa, are you here? Yeah, I wanted it to retrace up to the level I wanted RMP. What country are you in? You're a winner. I forgot. You guys need to tell me what country you're in. Yeah, I think you're good. So you're going to need to email me. All right. So we got 2 winners. Next winner, Nat. Nat. Let me know you're here and what country you're in. Let me know what country you're in when you win. When you win. Nat, are you here? I'll give you another 30 seconds. Okay, the next winner is Herman. Octavian. Herman, you here? Also, Doll GT. Are you here? Is Romania? Let's find out. Oh, great. Well, then I got you. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching. UK, okay. We got you, doll. We'll do one more. Assuming Wawa's present. Nubian? That's the last one. Let me know you're here. I haven't seen Wawa respond. Oh, yes, there it is. I see ya. Okay. I need Nubian to respond. Tag of the first presented fair value gap. It's tagged at the top of the chat. The email that you need to respond to. Nubian, come on. Here you. There you are. All right. We got our winners. Go ahead and send me an email, and I'll get that out to you today or first thing tomorrow. I probably will not do it during trading hours today so that you don't get it and then blow it. Okay? So we will do that. I'm going to have to, I have a few more minutes, and then I have to take my son to school because they had a late start today. So I'm a little irritated on not getting my trade. Yeah, because of the snow. He thought for sure he's gonna have a no school day. Well, I hope this isn't spring break because this is the worst spring break I've ever seen. Nebraska. Nebraska. This is the change in state of delivery. All right, so we have our change in state of delivery. Just don't anticipate it to be so fast. So I'm looking for price to come up here, and then we'll look for a continuation to the downside. The hourly is going to close here in 2 minutes. You still have this 4-hour fair value gap that's sitting down here. So the 15 minutes going to close here, and it's going to give us a 15-minute fair value gap. That's basic. We'll look for it to come up into this. We've respected the midpoint of that 15-minute fair value gap, though. There's 50%. That's a large candle. Cool. I'm glad you're here, Wawa. See if we can get up a little bit higher. We tap the 15-minute, the 5-minute. So I guess that's really much all that we need. If we get an inversion, that might be all that we are looking for. All right, so I'll take this. If we get this 1 minute to the downside, I will take this 1 minute inversion off of this, off the 5-minute fair value gap. We have structure on the left-hand side to support that. It could go up higher. It's what I want it to do, but it could just come down here and swept liquidity here. All right, I'm gonna take this short here down to these fair value gaps right down here. Let's see if it gives it to us. Hit the 5-minute, 15-minute, first for presented fair value gap. We have a breaker on the left-hand side. We've hit 50% of the range. At this point, it could come back up here later, but we'll see if it wants to come back down here, balance some of this out, and then we'll see from there if we want to do anything. Did it just sweep that low? That technically it did. Stop's going to be moved to break even now. All right, TP hit. I'm not going all the way down because I think that we are going to come back up further into this. I need to take something here. So got a nice small scalp. That puts me green on those accounts. Not by much because it was a small trade. We'll see if I can get another one. I don't need to take something. No, and I'm probably not going to take another trade while on stream, most likely, because I'm going to have to leave here shortly. I might come back later. CFDs is for people outside of the States. Futures are for those inside the States or in London, I believe.
Hi, Daddy. Does it took
I'm on a live stream. Can you leave?
I give you a...
No. You can go. Love you.
Was I on the live stream?
Yes, you were. Ricardo, my encouragement to you for anybody here that might say they're a part of a certain religious organization or something that we might not believe in is to let them bring up the conversation. Pointing out differences creates, what's the word I'm looking for? It creates not conflict. It is not true. Correct. I understand. There's going to be, when people hear me talk, they're going to hear that their beliefs do not align with what I believe. Animosity, tension, yeah, those are the words. And when people bring it up to ask questions, it invites a more constructive conversation. And our goal is to represent Christ. And to me, that's, he never forces his way. He always lets people come to him. And so there's going to be plenty of opportunities for people to recognize that, hey, Tyler's belief system is different than what somebody out in the chat might be experiencing. And in time, they may ask questions. Be curious about it. But it's done in a manner that is inviting and not creating tension or strife or division. Because, yeah, there might be something wrong with it, but at the end of the day, if they believe that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior and he died for them, then they're a brother, they're a sister. All right, so we are, in my opinion, gonna meander our way up here. That's what I want to see. And if we get to this point right here, I'm more than likely going to take a trade and look for something like that. I am disappointed that I was not able to participate in this drop. It ran aggressively and without me. I could have gotten in on this. I was having a conversation with myself. Here's the answer, okay? I'm gonna leave us with this, okay? This is gonna be my direction that I've had. I haven't verbalized it very well. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 or 5 different trading models that I trade. My inversion, my breaker. Those are the 2 primaries. Then I have 9:30, I have a 10:30, and a 3 p.m. reversal. Those are the trades that I am okay with taking. Now, I didn't take the 10:30 because I wanted the breaker. and I should have taken the 1030 model, which was right there, and it played out beautifully. But the solution to missing a trade is not now revenge trading or impulsive trading trying to make up for what you miss. The solution is saying, okay, I missed this trade right here. Is there a model that I could use to get me in the trade so I don't miss this next time? And is that model consistent? Is it a winning model? And that's the approach that I'm taking. So for me, the question is, the answer was I should have taken the 1030, but I didn't, because I allowed this fear of it reaching back up into my breaker and it stopping me out because I took the position down here of 35 handles. That's really what happened. I wanted it to hit my breaker because that's what I was more confident in. But if the 1030 didn't show up, the question is there a model present in here that I could use to then take trades in my direction when the breaker doesn't show up? Well, we didn't get an inversion here. We got an inversion here, but it swept liquidity, so there was no inversion, there was no breaker entry. There was no opportunity. So it's where would have been the opportunity if I wanted to take a trade. And that's going to be the thing that I have to learn to identify. And then when I find something, that's what I trade with. That's the model I trade. Or that's an additional model to the 5 that I have, and I add it to my tool belt. ICT has 81 of those. He has 81 ways to take a trade, and I get it. I understand why he has 81 ways. Because instead of just being impulsive, the answer is find a system and then stick to that system to get into a trade depending on the market type that we're in. Quick question, Tyler, do you de-risk after a losing streak, or is it depending on the funded account or personal account? It's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. So with that, guys, I gotta head out. I gotta take my son to school. But if it gets into this, if I'm present, this is where this breaker, this inversion right here is where I'd be looking to potentially take a trade. The 1030 model went into the 1030 fair value gap. There's the tag, and it closed. Your stop would be at this high. Your target would be down here. So it played out nicely. All right, folks. We'll be back here on Wednesday. For those inside the Academy, we'll see you all tomorrow for our private live stream. If you're interested in joining, you can check it out at thepurposedriventrader.com. For those that have won the giveaways, make sure you email me and I will give you the promo code. God bless, guys. Take care.